Brandon out here this week. We're coming to you from Owner's Acres Block 5 here. We got a little wide dropping action going on in the background, getting a shot of nitrogen on out here that we'll be watering in here shortly. But like a typical farmer, I guess I'll talk about the weather. What a week we've had. A lot of sun, a lot of heat, really pushing these crops along fast. One of the benefits, I guess, I was at a ball game last night. A lot of good farmer tans going on out there, guys. So you've soaked up a lot of sun in the last 10 days. You're looking a little pale prior to that coming out of plant season. But what does that mean for our crop? You know, stuff planted May 1st to May 7th. We're already at first leaf falling off, second, third, fourth, V5. We're right now at 450 GDUs. This is V5 corn. You look at the height. We really wanted to have all our herbicides on before this stage. We were able to get out here on Saturday, get this field sprayed. We were really pushing the envelope, really having to rush. And I know that's the situation that a lot of you guys are in. Just make sure you're watching the labels. The other side of the coin is a lot of our pre-emerge herbicides have broken on us now. Seeing a lot of water hemp, a lot of small seeded broadleaves blow through some of those residuals, which quite honestly, it's time for that to happen. So a field that maybe looked clean a week ago needs rescouted because we've seen a lot of weeds break in the last 7 days, even 5 days. Things have really changed. Looking ahead, we're looking at another 250 GDUs over the 10-day forecast. So we're going to keep pushing this corn along. We're going to be in V7, V8 before we know it, probably within that 10-day window. So typically 70 to 80 GDUs per growth stage. You know, so over the next 10 days, we could see 3 growth stages. Soybeans moving right along too. You know, we're already to V4. We got our 4th trifoliate here unfolding, 5th one, and 6th one starting to show up. So means time is coming up to where we need to start thinking about some of these maybe early fungicide treatments. I know there's some going on corn already. We'll talk about in upcoming weeks about some soybean strategies. But again, just reminding you to keep pushing, always be safe. And then the final thing I wanted to talk about is irrigation. I've seen a few pivots running. Ours will be running here shortly. If you're putting on herbicides that have a residual, whether it's on your soybeans or corn, typically we wouldn't recommend necessarily watering for crop usage, but we do need to get those activated. Otherwise, they're not doing us any good. It's no different than at planting time. So, you know, 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch of water. Also, if you're side dressing some nitrogen like us, wide dropping here, it's a good idea just to get some water on that, get it in the soil profile. But the key is not to water too much. A lot of times we see growers overwater and push stuff right through the root zone. So if you're putting on liquid nitrogen, for example, half of that is already in a nitrate form. We're stabilizing the other half with Instat out here, but half of that is ready to leach if we put too much water on and push it below the roots. So careful watering. We've already got our moisture probes installed in the background, so I know exactly to what depth I'm watering, where my roots are, and I can manage accordingly. So just a couple of tips. If you're turning a pivot on, just be careful not to overwater, but yet put enough on to do the job you're looking for. So we'll keep you updated. A lot of insects starting to show up. We've seen thistle caterpillars show up in soybeans already. We're starting to see a little bit of beetle activity. I expect to see some Japanese beetles out here soon. That'll be the big watch out here this next week. We're seeing a lot of bugs flying around at night. If you sit on the patio or the deck, you've been at a game, you kind of know what I'm talking about. So this heat's bringing insects on. No major outbreaks yet, but we'll keep you posted if we see anything.